Okay, we got some fun things here tonight. So, a little bit of a recap. Dina made it back to the party back in Ikram. They exchanged information, and that's it. It's a lot more exciting than that. I'm just drawing a blank as to the specifics, but a lot of inter-party, interpersonal dynamics going on, and a little bit of information I think for Thaxel. Thaxel had that moment where she was meditating during this powerful thunderstorm. Had her little gem and the band in her ring were crackling with some electricity.
Yeah.
All right. So, at the top of this episode, I believe everyone was headed over to the store, to Rhea's store, if I'm not mistaken.
I know we had talked about it.
Ah, okay. Well, I'll let you guys take it away then. I'll say that we were, you're probably all at the estate, Rhea's compound, and deciding on what to do for the day.
I was trying to remember if didn't we like meet up for breakfast or something?
I'm pretty sure.
I think
we all met up for breakfast, and you promised Dina details about the brother.
Oh, and the father showed up. That's what it was.
Yes.
Sorry, Rhea. Okay. Gosh, what do I want to do with that then?
And Ari said something about we don't talk about dead parents.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, so I think just to make things smooth with Rhea, because I don't want to roleplay her and her dad and take all that away. I'll say that she hears that Ari say that, and she turns to her dad and just says, "I'd like to talk to you elsewhere for if you have 2 minutes, Pa." Of course I do for you. It's a pleasure to meet y'all, and I'm sure I'll be seeing more of you soon. Go to my study. All right, she kind of follows her dad. That way we can roleplay that out later with whatever she wants to speak with her dad about. Meanwhile, you guys enjoy the rest of your breakfast. You're welcome to roleplay anything you have in that, and if not, if you don't have anything, then we'll say that Rhea rejoins the group later on after breakfast is done.
Is the brother there?
I don't think he was, but
he wasn't.
I'm down for whatever.
He wasn't.
But
I don't think so.
He's all about.
Okay.
He's sort of
Dina's
all
gonna
about
go.
Thaxel
Dina's gonna move over so that she's sitting next to Thaxel. Go on. I want to hear it. Tell me.
Oh, I don't know if I should tell. He's a really good kisser, though.
Oh. And darling, I know you. There's no way it was just kissing.
Oh God, hell no! It was more than that. But a lady doesn't kiss and tell all the time.
At the breakfast table.
At the breakfast table.
Later.
Okay.
Later. Sharesies?
Oh. I'll find you somebody. I think he has a cousin or something.
Oh.
I'll see what I can find out for you.
Especially with this level of wealth.
Well, and have you heard them talk?
I know, darling. It's just,
it's just such a peach.
I know. God bless your pig little heart.
So, I mean, if you start off like that, then you'll be in good hands.
You think maybe I should ingratiate myself and pretend to that I can be like them?
Oh, I think it's a good start. You know, maybe like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Do
what
you
do
have
you
like
think?
hair? Just kind of like,
Yeah,
raise
yeah.
it, make it
What do
like
you
a little bigger.
Well, I mean, I've already got it up some. Do you think I should just tease it a little higher?
I think it needs to be higher.
All right,
I mean,
I'll
I'm
do that.
lucky that I don't really have a lot of,
We'll see what we can do. I'll see what I can do. But yes,
yeah.
yes,
I mean, I think that's just what they do.
yes.
Malcolm continues pecking at his food, like literally pecking at his food. Aerie gives him side eye every so often. Probably about halfway through breakfast, I think Tassos would show up because I think he's recovering as well as but doesn't want to miss the time to sit down and have a chat with you and those. So he come out and then pull up a seat and kind of look over. On the other side of you, I'll say that you and Valken are sort of sitting, on the same side of the table, and he'll probably come over. Morning, all. I don't suppose you'd mind me sitting down here, would you, Axel?
Not at all, darling. I saved you a seat.
Nice.
And then if anyone's sitting next to me, I'm like, move.
Axel's a little close. He's like, oh, and he slides his tray down and pecks at it some more angrily in protest.
I reach across the Saxel and offer my hand. Good morning, darling. You must be Tanis? Is that it?
Oh, Tassos, ma'am. Pleasure to meet you. And gives you
Charmed.
like a sort of a handshake, kind of awkward.
Yes, charmed. And I look, I give Axel another side eye, and I think I need another mint julep. It's going to be a long day.
Nice. Awesome. You were given another. The service is excellent.
Mimosa. Well, it's breakfast. Mimosa. We're drinking
perfect.
mimosas.
Nice. Malagus sort of lifts his head up like, it's also a delicious mimosa. Well, breakfast continues, and as it wraps up, Rhea returns, with not the dad, but Rhea. She looks a little bit, because I don't know how the RP is going to go, but looks a little reserved, like in her own head as she returns and just sort of pulls up her seat absentmindedly, sits down and eating. Essos kind of, watches her as she sits down and, well, what do you all have planned for the day? I understand you were maybe looking to head out once this young lady returned.
Well,
Dina.
I believe Rhea said something about showing us the family business, the store.
Oh, the store. Oh, that's a mighty fine idea. I do believe. Well, there's not too many stores like the Observer's Meridian. You'll find rarities and antiquities and magical items there. Can't really be found much anywhere else.
Such as?
Oh, we have a little of everything. There's weapons there. There's some armor, some knickknacks that have magical properties.
I don't suppose we get a friends and family discount.
He kind of looks at Thaxel and, well, yeah, I suppose we might be able to work something out.
Isn't he
Isn't that
sweet?
I don't know, turns to Rhea. Are you planning to head out right after dinner? Gosh, I guess for consistency's sake, I'm pretty sure she intended to show you guys, so I'll say that she... yes, I'll bring him, show him what's down there. They've been interested and figure while we're here, right? Tassos agrees. All right. Well, don't suppose you'd mind. Kind of looks, back at Thaxel as though asking her and his sister, if I tagged along, showed you some of the sites, helped you out with your guided tour, as it were.
I just kind of hold out my clawed hand or whatever, as in, why didn't you guide me there?
Oh, and he just takes your hand now.
I am hiding my smirk behind a napkin and drinking probably half of the mimosa in one go.
Excellent. All right, nice. The mouth.
Just like for more equipment.
Aries probably not as agitated as she's been. Like, yeah, magic's good. All right, let's get this underway because I also want to get my money. I want to get back. I mean, our money.
Our money.
Yeah, of course, yes. Slip of the tongue.
Mm.
And Tassos smirks at Thaxel.
I know, and that's exactly where Tina was going with that too.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, let's see. Webcam set.
Dragon, not lizard. Do that tongue thing.
I was busy picking a bunch of stuff up.
Out of character, who's getting money?
All of us for the
Eggs.
eggs.
Yeah.
Oh, did we
and-
travel all the way back already?
No, not yet. We're getting ready to go to the magic store, but
Oh, fair.
Aries anxious to get back so that we can get our money.
Sorry, I'm having a. Ah, here we go. Thank goodness. Jeez, my God. Hey, all right. So, chairs squeak across the old wooden floor, edge grain fir wooden floor, and with full bellies and a slight buzz for a couple of you, we're ready to tackle the day. Oh, let's see. I mean, you sort of get the royal treatment, so to speak, as you go through town. Instead of taking most of the roadways and the little stone bridges over these canalways full of water, right on the edge of the compound, there is a small dock for one of these little boats to traverse the waterways through the city. Again, it's very much like Venice, old stone architecture. Some beautiful, vibrant colors to some of the houses, and like a dim pastel for some of the others. Everything is just very old school here, and beautiful. There's a crispness to the air here. The weather feels good. It's I think mid-spring you're in. The sun is out now, and it's just a really fresh, rejuvenating morning. You guys march on. Last of the things I need to change here. Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you get to take the waterways all the way down, essentially almost all the way down to the building itself. It's only one block off of one of the waterways. You pull up your seats on the boat. Tassos sort of pointing out things. I mean, sort of to everyone, but mostly to Thaxel, as he's pointing out different histories of some buildings and some things that he thinks are interesting tidbits of information. Some old, like, spooky horror stories about, like, murders in a house, and he tries to go down the line with different things to see what Thaxel might be interested in hearing. A lot of
I'm just taking it in.
Neat. Awesome. All right. You arrive at this grand building that takes up at least gosh, half of that particular city block. Huge stone building, probably 4 floors tall with an attic space. Beautiful windows with these in stone, these starburst patterns above each window. Like a cold steel color to the stone. But there are multicolored bricks for the sills of each window. Grand doorway, double door, open up almost like French doors in the entryway. Carved with great detail, these solid oak doors. And Tassos goes up and opens up the door, and Rhea gets the other one and lets you all kind of pile into the first floor of there's a huge sign just above the door that says the Observer's Meridian, purveyors of rare and magical antiquities.
Ooh.
Yeah, and you step inside, and for anyone proficient in Arcana, this place is abuzz. Spidey senses definitely tingling. There are a number of basic items there on this first level that can be enchanted. For anyone that, well, I think probably most of you haven't had any dealings with enchanting a weapon, but you can see most of the enchantments are pretty expensive and they take a long time. It's probably, there'd be a little bit of a shock value for anyone in the arcane know that hasn't seen this before. The minor spells, cantrips and such, of course, they're a little cheaper and a little faster turnaround. But for any of like the decent spells, it's several, 10,000 gold and up, and can take up to, some of them can take up to 3 years. Others are as fast as 6 months. Cantrips a little faster than those. But this is the floor that has the stock items, finely crafted stock items that enchantments can be applied to. Lots of glass cases, very open floor plan here. Checkered black and white floor of maybe marble. Yeah. Anything you all want to do on this particular floor?
About,
Window shop.
yeah, poisons? Are they on, is it just the enchanting part, or is there like
Poisons aisle
potions?
5.
Here, it seems to just be mostly weapons and a little, there's an armor section too. It doesn't seem to be as frequently purchased, so there's a smaller armor section. But there's some signage about, and if you were to say, you know what, I feel like Tassos has a decent, understanding of you, at least.
Yeah.
And so as you're looking around and if, in case, I don't know if you'd mentioned that in passing, like, okay, but we're the, it's great, but we're the poisons.
I mean, probably, knowing her, she's all about the poisons. I think she's looking now for something instead of, like, I don't know if it exists, but like a dagger that you don't have to dip in poison, like it just deals poison damage. Like maybe there's something here.
All right.
I don't know.
Well, Tassos, upon hearing, your interest in poisons, he prods a little bit and asks, what exactly is it you're looking for? Poisons with to be applied to a weapon, or?
Yeah, I already have poisons that I can dip my weapons into. But I'm looking for a weapon that already has poison in it, that you can just whip it out, and you just like stick them, and they're just poison, and then you just watch life like slowly slip away, and then they're dead. That type of weapon.
Kind of leans forward. He's like, why don't you follow me, and I'll show you something I think you might be interested in. And he kind of holds his arm out to see if you'll take it. Okay. Neat. He leads you up the stairs to the next floor, and behind the counter, as soon as you come up on that second floor, there's a counter area there, and there's a lot of equipment here to produce enchantments. They're selling it, but for those that want to do the enchanting themselves, and for some very basic weaponry here, that's what's on this floor. But he takes you behind the counter into this whole back section, and I'll jump back to Tassos and Thaxel in a minute then.
Okay.
Okay, for everyone else, do you want to continue up, or do you want to?
The bloodstone ring that Dina has is the one that they put the enchantment on, correct? The anti-scrying enchantment.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, she doesn't want to get rid of that.
I could get rid of it for you.
I mean, she'll take an interest in anything that's got fire attached to it. Anything that looks like it might have any type of fire enchantment.
Okay.
Maybe like a simple like flame blade enchantment to a dagger. She'd ask about anything that might enhance fire damage. She would ask about just kind of perusing and looking in that section. If Thaxel's in the poisons, Dina's over by the fire.
Nice.
Fire stuff.
Okay. As you're sort of looking around, Rhea kind of trying to be a good host to everyone is asking, what are you interested in? And as she hears that from Dina, she says, well, I feel like you probably all want to head up to the third floor. That's where most already enchanted magical items are. You won't find much down here.
What about scrolls?
We probably have a selection in the bag. If there was, I can check if there's something in particular you're looking.
Can you give me a ballpark figure on say second or third level scrolls?
Sure thing. Let me check and see what the going rate is, and I can check that in the back. Why don't you all head up to the third floor, unless there's anything you want to see. Next floor up's just, she kind of describes the second floor. Third floor is where the actual already enchanted magic items are, and I will take a look at...
Thank you.
Well, certainly. Okay, does everyone want to go up, or does anyone want to continue looking down here?
I don't even know if there's anything I can, out of character, can afford, because 50 gold. Because I died!
Still have more money than I do.
But yeah, I guess I'll look up there with everybody else.
Okay. Here. Here we go. I had this somewhere.
Welcome back.
All right. Scrolls. Let's see.
Are the cats happy that they're fed now?
In here.
I mean, she wouldn't say no to, say, oh, I don't know, do, 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 do.
Oh, here we go.
Melts minute meteors or flame arrows.
All right, and you said level 2 or level 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she, as everyone's heading up the stairs, and you reach that third floor, just a minute or two later, Rhea finds you. Well, second and third level spells usually cost, depending on their utility and effectiveness, anywhere from 101 gold up to 500 gold pieces. Level 2 being the first half, level 3 being the latter half of that range.
All right. What about potion? Say a potion of fire breathing or something similar?
Well, that's, I saw that back there. Well, Phoenix grounds for that. Real, they don't have it on this. I really need to get the DM for fantasy grounds. That's okay. I will take a quick peek here. All right, and then just that. Oh. That'd be about the same. Depends on the time of year. Being that sometimes the ingredients are a little more difficult to come across depending on the time of year, but anywhere from 101 gold pieces up to 500 depending on stock and cost.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
We make a strong fire potion here. And she describes the damage. It's, 46. With the dex save of 13. Or half as much damage. And she explains that it lasts an hour or 3 burns, basically. Once you uncork it, it's activated. And you can drink and breathe from it 3 separate times. But it has to be done within an
hour. And how much is that?
We can go take a peek if you like.
Yes, let's.
All right. And she brings you over to a small section. Let's see, potions. We'll say that's probably the very top of the staircase on the other side of the wall, in this third floor. And there's a small section of already prepared potions. But most of them are made to order. These are for display. And she shows you the. Oh wow, that's cheap. Well, it looks like we have one here that's we're running about 120 gold. Of course, it'd be less for you. You're probably looking at I think outside of running in the party, she's a shrewd business person, but she also knows that you're traveling with her. So helping you is helping her. just over cost, I suppose. You're looking at 85 gold instead of 120.
Oh, that's reasonable. 85. Done.
All right. Let me have her make a fresh one for you here. She nods to the woman behind the counter that heads into the back and brews one. Only takes her maybe like 10 minutes or so. She comes back with a vial that's full of this orange liquid. Smoke fills the top of the container above this sort of bubbling orangey liquid. Hey, well, ma'am.
Well, thank you very much.
Indeed. Kind of looks over to Rhea like, I did good, right? All right. For everyone else that's up on the third floor, if you'd all roll just a straight D12, please.
So you said not me,
wait.
right?
Not you. Actually, I'm going to go
Okay.
right back to you. That's a great idea. Oh, Tassos. Okay. So, Tassos, is pulling through different shelves in a dimly lit back section, like a backpack section. It's a storage area, and each of these shelves on like this warehouse rack in the back has these beautiful boxes. He opens them up. They're crushed velvet pressed in there, holding different items, very safe and sound. Until he comes across, looks at a couple labels, and all right, here we are, and pulls them out and opens up 2 boxes side by side, each with a dagger in it. Okay. Here, actually, I know. And shows you 2 pretty snappy looking daggers. They both look very finely crafted. Sharp point, very fine blades on either side. The hilts are a little bit different. One is silver, and it has almost like little wings that come off for the hilt. There's a blue gem in the center, and there's sort of a black grip that wraps around and inside the silver of the handle part. And he points to that one and says, well, these are both what you're looking for, I think. But they operate a little bit differently. This one here is a little stronger. This one, and he basically just is so finely crafted that it does additional damage. It's a +1. So, and it's considered a magical weapon. It's basically +1 to your attack and damage. Magic weapon. And he says, and he picks it up and he says, here, take it for a second. I'll tell you what to do. It's pretty cool.
Okay, so I take it.
He says, all right, so I just want you to think about poison coating the blade of this.
Okay.
And as you do, this thick black poison comes out of the hilt area and just coats down the blade magically. Just forms this. It becomes this onyx black blade from the poison. And as he explains, basically the poison remains on the blade for 1 minute or until an attack using the weapon hits something. That creature has to make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, or they take 2d10 poison damage and become poisoned, to have the poisoned effect for 1 minute. He says that the drawback being that this needs time to recharge its arcane energy. It can only be done once until the next dawn. But
Okay.
it's powerful in a fight. Now this other one, and he opens up the other box. And this one isn't as nicely crafted. It looks like a decent dagger. It's sharp, not as elaborate with the design. Just a leather bound grip on the hilt, on the handle, and then a little bit of flair to the guard, but it's small, very utilitarian in its design. This one, basically, it's not a magic weapon. It does not have +1. But he says this one here has been enchanted to keep a poison on the blade. It's not anywhere near as strong as the other one. It basically does 1d6 damage. But it stays on there. There's no need to wait for it to recharge.
Okay, so how much are we talking for each?
Well, this simpler one is probably let's find out.
I mean, assuming you're giving me that friend discount.
Oh, absolutely. So I just rolled a D100, and it came back as a 3 for the price. Is that nice?
So what's his
It's 3 gold.
Yeah. Well, now this one here, I mean, it's pretty basic. I would say. I mean, it's probably not 3, but you know, it'd be like this one's like 10 gold because it's crafted here at the store. He said, but listen, this one, and he takes the other dagger. Not that he's choked up, but he seems to be like, you know, just really into the moment. He's like, this one here, well, used to be mine. I've found over the past several days that we share some of the same tastes, same interests. You know, I know you're all going to be leaving soon, and I know better than to treat a lady like she's any sort of property or anything. I know I'm not trying to lay any claim on you, but there's certainly plenty I've enjoyed over the past few days. But I think the moments that struck me the most were sitting here watching you talk so passionately about maps, about the things that you want to get done, what you do to get them. You're just a very fierce woman. It really there's just something about your passion and your strength that really, I found it taking my breath away. And as a gesture to just let you know that, well, I like you, and I hope that you'll find your way through town whenever you can. I'd like you to have that dagger, my old dagger. Have part of me with you. I know that sounds corny and maybe a little strange. I'm not really used to this sort of thing or feeling this sort of way, but it means a lot to me. You would take that and keep it as a reminder of my keenness for you.
I think my heart just grew a size.
Oh gosh, and he kind of just, you know, oh.
I have no words. Sit, get down. You're ruining this. Oh, you just stolen the words from me. I will take this dagger and I will find my way back to you if I ever visit again, which I will visit because you're just so charming and I don't know what you're just so sweet.
Oh.
You're so pretty.
He brushes his hand through. Oh gosh, here. Well, I'm really glad to hear that. I've got to say, he's got like a smile up to his ears now. It's like,
Aww.
oh well, yeah. It's all yours then, and I very much look forward to seeing you again. And you, please be sure to let me know anything I can do to help you. I want to do my best to support you in any way I can to see you reach your goals.
You're just the sweetest. I don't know why Ray was talking to you like or referred to you as something else, but you're just better than what she ever said. Like,
that's awful kind of you. Nice. You can see him sort of thinking, like, what was Ray saying about me?
oh,
Awesome.
it didn't matter.
Well,
Fucking shit.
you wanna meet back up with your friends and check out the rest of what the store has to offer? There's some mighty fine magical antiquities up there on the 3rd floor.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I'll break away for just a little bit, and then I'll find my way back to you.
All right. I'll be here.
Okay.
Start putting some things back.
Yes. Daggers! What is it called again? The
one that used to be his is straight up called Dagger of Venom.
Oh, sweet.
And I'll put that in your inventory. The other one I'm gonna have to create because it's just like a makeshifty.
Wait, did he give me both, or do I need to? Because I'll pay for both.
He gave you his old one.
Okay.
And if you wanted it, he would have handed the other one. But that one was sort of crafted to the store, and he was like, 10 gold is like what it costs. So he has to, the business person in him, keep the books legit.
I mean, I if I ever needed to use something that I didn't want back, that other one may come in handy. So I will pay the 10 gold for the other one.
Right. Damn, you now have Dagger of Venom.
Wait, his is called the Dagger of Venom?
Uh-huh.
That's a really dumb name.
No, it's amazing. Be jealous. Hush. Axel is so excited right now.
Wait. Where is it? Why didn't it show up over here? That's weird. Sorry. I will go through the inventory. Alright, so while I'm doing this is a... Ha! There it is. The what? Why isn't it here? Has no damage in it. I will fix that weapon before you have to use it in your inventory.
Okay. That's cool.
Neat. So let's see, Demaligus, what was your roll on your D12?
Oh, we're rolling dice, right?
Sorry. And you can use real dice.
We're using real dice,
one
right?
of the...
I rolled an 8.
I also rolled an 8.
Oh, nice. And Dina?
8?
Six.
Okay. So this is how many items out of the items available in here that you've spotted. So Demaligus, I'll run down yours first. Are there any particular types of, like a category of items or categories that you're looking at? Like between weapons and armor, knickknacks that have some magical thing, anything in particular you're looking for? Or things in particular?
No, really the only magical item I want doesn't exist. To have,
What?
I would want to create. It would take 20 minutes to explain. It's really a complicated item
Nice.
based on an item from 3.0 or 3.5. No, it was 3.0 that I had. A little bit expanded. Anyways, that won't be here and may never exist, but we'll see what happens when I'm high enough level to perhaps create it. But the only thing I'm really interested in really isn't like magical trinkets. It's more just spells, spell books, components, or items that can help with casting spells, which they may have some sort of.
Okay, let's see. Well, there is something out of the categories here that might pop out. I think this. Okay, you peruse a number of different things. There really is this incredible stock of items, especially for magical items. They're extremely rare, and the fact that this many are under the same roof is really quite impressive. So not 100 different magical items, but there's probably like somewhere in the range of 24 to 30 different magical items here, which is just insane. A lot of them are lower level because, again, magical items are super rare and difficult to get. People don't want to part with them, or they don't have the money to to be bought. However, you look over a few things and you come across a wand that piques your interest. Do you want to ask anyone about it?
Yeah, I assume Rhea's there. I'll probably ask her.
So she comes over and, Malagus, that's an interesting wand. She takes it out of its holder, and it's also this sort of onyx black wand with a bunch of what would be runic symbols, except they're not arcane based. It's like these thin beads of silver that wrap around the entire wand itself to mimic runes. And she says this is called the wand of the War Mage. And basically goes on to explain that it requires attunement by a spellcaster. While holding this wand, you gain a bonus to spell. It's a +1. You gain a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls determined by the wand's rarity. It's a +1, and in addition, you ignore half cover when making a spell attack. Like, I'm not too familiar with magic, but I understand one of the limitations is people hide behind things, and this helps eliminate some of that and adds a little oomph to the attack of the spell being cast.
Fascinating. Interesting. I had no idea such ones existed.
Some interesting ones, and she kind of looks down the aisle a bit because you're in sort of a weapon area. Over here, we have, she pulls out this big trident. I'm going back and forth in my DMG. Okay. And this trident, you can tell from here it's a magical item, and they all are. But it's finely crafted. It has this strong silver handle to it, and then the top almost looks like it's made out of coral, sharp, jagged coral with some wrapped. They look like horns, but they're seashells with some green gems placed along it, and it's like almost like a conch shell where the handle meets the damaged part of it. Well, this is a Trident of Fish Command, which sounds sort of lame, but she goes on to describe that it has 3 charges, and while you carry it, you can use as an action and expend 1 charge to cast Dominate Beast from it on any beast that has an innate swimming speed, and then it regains charges at dawn. Helping with spell. No, that might help. Oh, yeah. Silly. She goes down a few more items and says, this here, this is sort of an interesting looking one. There's this gold staff. It's inset with like this shiny gold to form the features of the staff, and then this darker tan gold that just creates this interesting contrast in its design. The staff kind of arcs up, and then its head leans over like a python's head. She said, well, this, I don't know if this would help you, as this one requires a cleric, a druid, or a warlock. But this one turns into a python. You can throw it and then control it as a giant python. And kind of covers a few things like that. I forgot that wouldn't really help you, but she might not know like what else if you're multi-class, basically. She probably wouldn't know that.
Well, the Malagus would be interested regardless, just because Ray is showing it to him.
Neat. I think the only other thing on the list of things here would be she would go over there's one other thing that doesn't help so much in casting spells, but protection against them. And she goes over to like a jewelry counter where there's a bunch of super mundane jewelry that's nice and ready to be enchanted. But the stuff that is there that I already. It was these are rings of resistance. Each one you'll see has a different gem in it. And you see there's a pearl, a sapphire, citrine, jade, topaz, and there's 10 different ones here. 10 different gems. These, depending on which one you choose, it protects you, gives you resistance against one specific type of damage. So mechanic wise, of course, it's acid, cold, fire, force, lightning, necrotic, poison, psychic, radiant, and thunder. And resistance means you take half damage from that particular type of spell. I think that's all we have here currently, but don't know if any of that would be.
You said 10 rings and they were all different colored jewels. I got so excited that we were talking about the 10 rings of the Mandarin. Great.
I'm sorry.
Might have been slightly overpowered in the D&D campaign.
Nice.
Just the skaish. No, that's awesome. Demaligus would, thank you so much for showing me, and I'll keep these in mind since we're about to come into some money.
All right. And Dina, you got a 6, right? In that case, while you were cataloging that stuff to Malagus, Dina, is there anything in particular, any categories of things you'd be looking for?
A cloak or a robe, preferably a cloak that offers some type of protection. However, I just gave her most of my gold for this potion, so unless it's going to be a major discount or a gift.
Nice. She says, well, we don't have anything currently in stock for that, although we do come across those more frequently than other items. We do have a robe, and she walks over to a rack. Again, there's a number of items nearby that are ready to be enchanted, but this particular one has what's the best way to describe it? In fact, I'll just look it up. A robe that has cloth patches of varying shapes and colors covering it. There are items. There's a patch that looks like a dagger. One that looks like a bullseye lantern. Steel mirror, rope, a basic cloth sack. There's some basic things on here. And she says, "This is a this here's a robe of useful items. It comes with the items you see on it. You can tear the patches off and throw them down, and or once they're removed, they become the object. It takes a little bit of time and a little arcane know-how. Usually, you have to bring it into a shop, and they can create some new patches to get sewn on there if you have anything in particular. But it can be handy if you're looking not to carry too much.
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, it's single use only, though. Correct?
They are once the item becomes animate. That's
Sorry
it.
about my slicing.
But you can create some new ones put on. Just a little time consuming for folks. Might cost you a bit of coin.
Yeah, it's supposed to. I mean, I'm already carrying those things, and I'd have to replace them constant. No, I don't think that will do for me, though. Thank you, though. It is
Certainly.
an interesting item.
Absolutely. Well, if you have any other questions, please let me know. If there's anything else you're looking for.
You know, I'll be honest. Between the dagger that I had to purchase before we left Aries' little hometown and the potion that I just bought, I'm pretty close to tapped out. So,
Yeah, I'm not sure we have anything in here. I think the least expensive item we have currently is a ring. The ring of swimming. Helps you swim underwater. Basically gives you a swim speed of 40 feet, I think.
yeah, I tend to avoid water.
Yeah, that's a healthy practice.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm sure we'll be back through some other time. Probably have other things in stock and maybe some more coin in our purse.
Oh, definitely. I do see a lot of things here that intrigue.
Okay. Valken, you had a D8. Is there any particular categories of items that you would be on the lookout for?
Probably darts, folks. I doubt they would have musical instrument, like some sort of like small musical instrument type of thing, whether it be like flute or something. I don't know. And probably just small trinkets, whatever they may be.
Okay. Yeah, you don't find any darts or instruments currently. You do find, as far as things that are outside of the norm that stand out, you find a wind fan. Like in kids, you'd fold up the paper and you unfold it and sort of fan yourself, except it's actually nice. Let me just find the... You find a wind fan. Has this beautiful, like, sakura tree branch that goes across with the little cherry blossom petals flowing off it, and this it's all painted on. This gust of blue and white wind that seems to be blowing the leaves off the tree. And Ray explains that While holding this fan, you can use an action to cast the Gust of Wind spell, which has a save DC of 13 from this wind fan. Once used, the fan shouldn't be used again until the next dawn. Each time you use it again before then, it has a cumulative 20% chance of not working and tearing into useless non-net magical tatters. So ideally, just use it once a day, but you can take a gamble and use it more than once a day if you need to.
Wait, so it changes the wind speed in a particular direction?
Yeah, if you have, let me think. I know you have the PDF. Do you have an actual player's handbook?
No.
No. Okay.
I haven't.
I'll look it up in a minute. It's a Gust of Wind spell, which is just as it sounds. I don't know the specifics, but
I can pull it up. Hold on just a moment.
Oh, thank you.
I have an app for that.
Nice.
Anything else?
Definitely. Okay. You see, and just stop me, Dina, whenever you find.
Are you talking about the Gust cantrip?
It should be Gust of Wind.
I've got it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right, fire
Gust
away.
of Wind does a line of strong wind 60 feet long and 10 feet wide, blasts from you in a direction you choose for the spell's duration. The duration, by the way, is concentration up to a minute. Each creature that starts its turn in the line must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from you in a direction following the line. Any creature in the line must spend 2 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves when moving closer to you. The gust disperses gas or vapor, and it extinguishes candles, torches, and similar unprotected flames in the area. It causes protected flames, such as those of lanterns, to dance wildly, and has a 50% chance to extinguish them. As a bonus action on each of your turns before the spell ends, you can change the direction in which the line blasts from you.
Cool.
I've seen personally this spell used to knock an enemy off a cliff.
Nice.
2 grand effect. It was a good night.
Nice. Do it.
It's pretty funny.
That's amazing. I bet. Yeah. So that's your wind fan, Valgan. You see a rock that's in the magical item.
Ooh, a rock.
Yeah, and as you say
Is
that,
it just like a normal looking rock?
it just looks like a normal rock. and as you point that out, where is it?
Please be an awesome pet rock.
Nice. Yeah, well, that's a pet rock.
Turns into a Warforged.
Nice. Yeah. Ray is like, yeah, I know it doesn't look like much, but it's a lucky stone. And basically, while this it's on your person anyway, it has to be on your person, you gain a +1 bonus to ability checks and saving throws. Period.
Oh snap!
Mm-hmm. I think the only other thing you would see that's sort of knick-knack would be, let me get the page. I already know what it looks like because I love this item, but it just looks like oops, that's not the right page. It looks like a box, like a wooden box. I feel like maybe you all saw this at some point, but maybe that was the other campaign. But it's a small box that has these detailed etchings in each side. And on one side, like it was in here, it has an image of a boat, a very small, almost like a rowboat. And on another side, it has this long, kind of narrow boat. And then a larger boat, and a larger boat still. It has 4 different
Box, mini boat.
Box of Bodie McBoatface.
Nice. Okay, 3 different boat sizes on it, but it's just this wooden little box. So Rhea, as you're looking at that, she'll come over and say, "Oh yeah, that's an interesting item. Probably not as necessary inland, but you never know for adventurers like us. The folding boat. basically, there's a command word for 3 different types of boats. And she goes on to describe that one command word causes the box to unfold into a boat that's 10 feet long, 4 feet wide, and 2 feet deep. So, twice the width of a canoe. It has a pair of oars, an anchor, a mast, and a lateen sail. And it can hold up to 4 medium creatures comfortably. Second one opens up into a ship that's 24 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 6 feet deep. And that ship has a deck, rowing seats, 5 sets of oars, a steering oar, an anchor, a deck cabin, and a mast with a square sail. And it can hold 15 medium creatures. And the third command word causes the folding boat... that's the one that causes it to go back into... That's the largest boat. The other one makes it go back into a box. But the smallest boat is... I thought there were 3 boat sizes. I'll look at it later, but there's 2 or 3 boat sizes. I thought there were 3, but I'm looking now. But it's...
The last one turns into a little tiny toy boat.
Yeah, that one's probably the most expensive item we have in here.
Yeah.
About 4,000 gold for that boat.
Okay, then.
Yeah, very, very rare. And
I just carefully put that down.
Nice.
How much are the other 2?
Well, the wind fans, $225 as is, but there'll be a bit of a discount, of course. And what was the other one? The ring of swimming.
The luck lucky
stone,
rock.
right? The stone of good luck is about 110 gold pieces, but you'd probably be looking around 80 with being just over cost.
Yeah, I can't afford any of them now. I definitely would want to come back.
Okay.
Especially for the wind fan.
Sounds good. Hopefully plenty of it'll be here, and if not, we'll have some other stuff in stock. Doesn't change out that frequently, so. In fact, a lot of it is me bringing it back home, so I have some first dibs on new gear. All right, well, if there's any other questions, you spot anything else you're interested in, just let me know. And Thaxel, as you've come up, go ahead and roll a d12 if you would, just to get an idea of how many things you spot.
4.
Okay. Are there any particular categories of things that you have an interest in?
Well, poison was her main thing. That's a good question. What else does she want? Let me look real quick. Let's see. Shh. River's gonna tell everybody what she wants. Gosh. I mean, she's just so vicious. Oh my goodness, I don't know. Yeah, I know. If she hears like a leaf crunch outside, someone's breaking in. Okay, go check it. Go get him.
If you don't have anything in particular you're looking for, I can just sort of, do a thing on this side to see what you'd spot.
Yeah, I think the only other thing. Nope. That's all that I could think of was anything else poison related, really, because she's, she has a thing.
Okay.
Poison
Nice. Let's see. Nope, you don't see much of that. Oh, I know something that would definitely, I think. All right, here's plus you rolled a 4, so that covers, I think, most. I mean, you've been here. I mean, you arrived. You've sort of seen people asking for things. You know, so progressively, everyone has a bit of a better idea of what's here. You don't find anything poison related. You do find an interesting pair of slippers. They have this webbing. They're black soles, purple underneath, and like this black webbing that runs across them. And they are, Rhea tells you that they are slippers of spider climbing, which are pretty fun.
What?
And they require attunement. And so for anyone watching that doesn't know what attunement is, it's in 5th edition here. You can have a maximum of 3 items on at a time that require attunement. So it's sort of a way of limiting like the more powerful things to 3. Anyway, so while you wear these light shoes, you can move up, down, and across vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings while leaving your hands free. You have a climbing speed equal to your walking speed. However, the slippers don't allow you to move this way on a slippery surface, such as one covered by ice or oil.
Okay, that sounds really intriguing.
To the person that can turn into a spider.
Hey, but then I don't have to like waste my beast shape.
Right? What else would you see here?
Yeah, but then you can't really bite people with venomous spider attacks.
I have a bite.
Nice.
I have a bite attack.
And
And it's kind of more deadly than my spider, I think. Because I have hungry jaws as well, which can tear.
Oh, right.
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
Yeah. You just don't mess with me. It's fine. Okay.
You see this really finely crafted set of leather gloves too, fingerless leather gloves. They look sharp, clean. They have a little bit of different tanned leather. Some of it's a bit darker than the rest, and it forms kind of a cool bracketing around the fingers and down the back of these gloves. They come about halfway up the forearm. And as you're sort of looking at him, Rhea picks him up and says, "Oh, here, try one on." I think you get a kick out of these.
Okay. So I slip one on.
And it turns invisible.
What?
It's like those. Actually, does she have that too? I feel like.
Wait, what turns invisible? The glove?
Yeah. I just have to check her thing because I think this is the one that I figured she might have her eye on. Let me just see what she has for her bag. Oh yeah, yeah, of course. He's like, now, these are cool, but I kind of have my eye on them. They're, technically, we have to keep them in the shop for 6 months before we're supposed to buy anything out of it ourselves or lay claim to it. Those are gloves of thievery. I think, you know, if I get them, then I can help you and others in the party if I need to. And basically, while wearing them, one would gain a +5 bonus to sleight of hand checks and dex checks made to pick locks.
Can I sleight of hand those gloves?
You're not there.
You're invisible.
I don't really know if you'd want to actually stealing from that.
I mean, as long as you promise to help me while you're using them, I'm gonna give it back.
Well, in return for that kind gesture, there is one last item here in the shop. I think you've all seen about all there is to be seen in here currently. But over here, and she opens up one of the display cases and pulls out this rugged-looking bag and says, "This is something that I think with so many of us traveling together, I forget what you all have regarding this so far anyway. It's a bag of holding."
I knew it.
Okay, I couldn't tell if anyone.
It's a haversack.
No, I want a bag of holding.
Nice. I've been here 6 months. As it's let me see. This is as it's a bit expansive, but really handy for people traveling in large groups. Doesn't weigh us down. So she talks about, the bag of holding, of course, which is this bag has an interior space considerably larger than its outside dimensions. Doctor Who. Roughly 2 feet in diameter at the mouth and 4 feet deep. The bag can hold up to 500 pounds, not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet. The bag weighs 15 pounds, regardless of its contents. Retrieving an item from the bag requires an action. The bag is overloaded, pierced, or torn. It ruptures and is destroyed, and its contents are scattered in the astral plane, so be careful.
Oh
If the
god.
bag is turned
No.
inside out, its contents spill forth, unharmed, but the bag must be put right before it can be used again. Breathing creatures inside the bag can survive up to a number of minutes equal to 10 divided by the number of creatures. Minimum of 1 minute, because there's no air in there. After which time they begin to suffocate. And of course, as Demalagus knows well, placing a bag of holding inside an extra-dimensional space created by a Heward's handy haversack, portable hole, or a similar item instantly destroys both items and opens a gate to the astral plane. The gate originates where the one item was placed inside the other. Any creature within 10 feet of this gate is sucked through to a random location in the astral plane. The gate then closes. The gate is one way only and can't be reopened. So don't cross the streams of extra dimensional.
So basically, if we want to trick people that we don't like into dying, we tell them to put a bag in the other.
And Rhea has like
Very
this
expensive
miniature thing. Yes.
Way cheaper to just kill them.
Or you just shove them in the bag for 10 minutes.
She's probably gonna, kind of turn and show everyone and say, I think that this might serve us all, so I wouldn't mind going in. It's 490 gold as is, but just above, the cost of the venture to get it. It's probably 400. If you're all willing to chip in equal parts here, maybe we can get it together.
Who's gonna carry it?
Everyone kind of like looks at one another like, I suppose we'd have to.
Not me.
Nice, yeah.
No, we wouldn't want you to hold it because you can turn into a bear or something, and then we wouldn't be able to get it.
Oh, yeah, smart.
I think we'd want it to have it with someone who's extremely mobile. In case we needed to get something to someone, like if we had healing potions in it or something. I would
Well, we can't
probably
give it
have
to
liked
them.
Balkan.
Hmm.
Just tactically.
Yeah, I reckon.
That makes sense.
Probably the fastest with the best movement. Since it can
I can take a little bit more damage than Rhea.
Yeah.
Even though I did die.
Yeah. Aries like she'd probably try and zing him somehow. Like I don't know, because I don't want to zing you. I don't know. She'd say something along the lines of you being, he's too much of a fool to try and trick anyone anyway. Something along those lines. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just assume Aries constantly insulting him.
Yeah. Pretty much. Nice. Yeah. So but I don't want to skip over you, Thaxel, in case you had any of those items that you wanted to look further into.
Definitely the slippers,
Okay.
because why not?
Mm-hmm. So those are they're a little bit pricey.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Oh, yay,
Yay.
good. I saw you disconnect and things was, oh no.
My internet and Discord hiccuped on me, and
Oh.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Huh? So, well, let me get, sorry, Thaxel. Soraya's like, well, those are handy, but they are a bit pricey. They're 450 gold as label, but you're probably looking at 350 just over cost if you want the slip.
I did just spend like 10 gold, so I mean, eh. If we're about to all go into the little bag thingy, I may wait on the slippers.
All right. Well,
We'll just do that.
All right. Well, let's now, Valken, being that you've died several times, I believe you paid for your first resurrection there. You likely don't have any money.
Mm-hmm.
However, we're coming into some money, so we can always take that as a credit owed if you're willing to go in on this.
Yeah. How much money did you say?
Well, it's 490 as is, but looking at about 400, just over cost.
So
1,
that's
2, 3, 4.
how many people are we?
That's 6. So there'll be 6 of us all together.
66 gold. A little left of each.
If I may, if we're discussing the purchasing the bag of holding,
Mhm.
I believe that an egg recently hatched of a creature that is quite valuable. Perhaps you would choose to keep the creature instead of selling it, which funds would then have been split between all of us. You keep the creature, and we get the bag of holding.
And this is why I like Dina.
Nice. You see the business person in her struggling with the cuteness of the creature. Well, I suppose that I can find a seller for the beast, but gosh, it's awful cute.
Now you get to keep it, and we get a bag of holding. Seems like a fair trade.
Well, except it's 400 gold.
Except it's a chimera. Or manticore. Is it a manticore or chimera?
Basilisk.
Basilisk.
It's a
Basilisk.
basilisk.
Sorry.
Not even
Chimera.
It was something like that.
Turtle.
It's adorable.
It's a basilisk. And owning a store in that you do, you now have access to a supply of basilisk blood, which I believe is used to make a potion to remedy the effects of basilisk there. So you have money.
Flowing in constantly.
Exactly.
Well,
And
I
it's
think
not
you
like you
also-
have to kill the creature to get the blood. You just draw a little and heal it back up.
and just going off of
Sounds
what
like you actually make more off the deal than what we would get from the bag of holding.
just going off of her reaction to the proposal last week, I feel like she should probably or at least to getting blood from it. I don't think we'd be able to draw blood till it's older, and I don't know if I'd like to do that to a living creature. I really think it might be more beneficial to train it. I think it could help us out.
Again, now you have a guard basilisk for your store. Who's going to break in?
I think you can.
Exactly.
They also probably you could probably easily poison from it because I think
Well, let me ask who has an interest in keeping the basilisk as part of our party, training it and whatnot to help us out. This
I mean, as one reptile to another, it's precious. But well, I don't know. Maybe I could be its mama.
That would be sweet.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think that I can go for 400 gold. So we can forego the bag of holding for now, and just wrestle with one thing at a time. I think.
Yeah, we're about to get paid anyways.
Yeah,
So.
perhaps with more coin in hand, we can come back and our grips won't be
Sure.
as tight.
Or perhaps even you could write to them and just have them send it to us.
Oh no, we need to definitely come back because what if they have something else in the store?
Oh, we could
You
send
just
you.
want to see your boyfriend.
Shh.
I look over at
Fix it.
Daxel and go, well, you do have a point. The scenery here is quite lovely.
Isn't it?
It is.
So bubbly and tall and dark and
Hmm.
yeah.
Even with that slip of the tongue, it's just too adorable.
Falcon starts gagging.
Feather in your throat.
Yeah, something like
There's
that.
something in your throat too.
Pat his back.
Yeah.
You okay?
Awesome. Ray says, well, this is store as is, as you can see, it does pretty well, pretty good business, and yeah, likely there'll be some more stock in here. Something will have changed out or another. Folks out on current retrieval missions as we speak, so fingers crossed for something a little more exciting next time. In the meantime, I am definitely picking up these, and actually, let me check her gold, make sure she. I'll grab those gloves, and I'll just undo that if.
I think it's a wise move.
All right, I'll put those in. Well, what do you say we all head back, get ourselves a meal, and figure out in which order we want to tackle things next?
I do have to go pick something up. I can't remember. Was the blacksmith going to deliver it, or did I have to go pick it up? He was going to deliver it, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Oh, I am expecting a delivery at your place later.
I'm glad you settled right in. All right, we can.
I had something I needed to take care of on my way into town, and thought, why disturb the rest of you and your plans when I can just take care of it? And they were quite eager and agreeable to deliver, as opposed to having to go back and pick it up.
Fair enough. Well, let's head on back and get a little bit of a rest in, some food, and figure out where we want to go from here. I think everyone would love to hear how things went for you, Dina. In case you haven't caught everyone else up yet, I can't remember.
Basically, she
Yeah, I don't remember you going into much detail.
Yeah, and she wouldn't.
Okay. We'll catch you up on all that happened here. And I think we'll go ahead and take our bio break with that. Late, sorry about that. All right, so for anyone that doesn't know, we take an 8 to 10 minute bio break, and then we come back. So I'm going to go make some coffee and such. Catch you all. We'll keep streaming. Catch you all in a few. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Rip. I need to.
Oh, fuzzy, thanks. Fix that. Y'all.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, as Emersina would say.
Nice. There we are. Ooh, so Rhea ends up making it retcon anything that she doesn't want to do. Ooh, excuse me.
I think yesterday I was having a but I'm having a Vienna lager now.
Ooh, okay.
From a independent craft brewer
Nice.
in PA. Not sure if they end up using I think like nitrogen or something for instead of carbon dioxide.
Oh, interesting.
All they know is theirs tends fizz up a lot more when you open them.
Oh, really? Surprise! All right, let's got that. And
what's the name of the city that we were in that was just out, like I guess at the exit of the Underdark?
Stonehearth.
Okay.
The Dwarven City, yep. That bad Dwarven City. Dwarven City folk.
Because I was wanting to I was typing up a message that was 25 words or less.
Nice. All right. The good things coming out of today, I feel anyway. Youngest woman elected to Congress.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, what the heck is her name? Also, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Right? Yep. And there were also 2 Muslim women.
Mm-hmm. Two
Yeah.
Muslim women.
I thought that was pretty exciting. I mean, in that it's something that should have never even been a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Problem. So, just excited that it's one creeping step closer.
Well, and the Dems have taken control of the House.
Ah.
So that's one of 3 branches.
Okay. claw our way up. You know.
Just
Yeah.
one step, one block. That's all they needed.
The house is fairly important since that's where legislation has to start.
Right.
Yes.
It has to move through the house. So
we flipped it. So it's not all the same.
And
were they all the same before?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was all red across the board.
Yeah.
Right.
I meant like
we went
before
in
the
and
election.
said, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it was?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, all this madness was just getting pushed through. Like, okay,
Madness
for real.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, more than 100 women will serve in the house for the first time.
Nice.
Ah!
Are they serving the drinks? No, I'm kidding.
They're going to be.
I'm kidding.
Well, somebody's going off to Wakanda.
Oh my god! Someone posted that they're sawing off Florida and letting it fly.
Nice.
I don't. Yeah. Okay.
Why did Florida go to the?
And so besides the fact that what's his face is reelected from my state again, I think Texas has now turned into a purple state. So we are no longer just red. We're fighting. So we're like slowly turning purple. It's exciting.
Yes.
That is very exciting. We still have no results out of Nevada. So
still?
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on. But
I really need to check because I mean.
Well, no, that's what on the news. They're not. They haven't called any results or given any results out of Nevada yet. So
that's crazy. Oh, okay. They really did declare. We're still missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11 counties, I think, from Texas. So we're still not 100%, but they've already claimed it because 9%. So
once you get to the point where the votes that would come in could not reasonably make up the difference between the two candidates, they call it.
Yeah. I mean, but we flipped a county here. They were red for the longest time, and they flipped tonight. But it was mainly all south that stayed blue, and then of course where I'm at, it's just red.
Yep.
I didn't expect anything less. Like, I mean,
wouldn't it be crazy if you could choose from like a whole group of qualified candidates instead of two parties?
I kind of
right, or just don't even show the label. Just have them go out, and then see it that way, and then at the end, like, well, I'm actually a Republican, I'm actually a Democrat, I'm actually an independent.
Yeah,
it would be amazing to see what the difference would be after that.
I kind of wish that the senator that was up for the election in my state for Democrat was a different person.
Oh, okay.
Because it was Menendez.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with him.
He ended up taking essentially gifts for like kind of fixing things and like helping people out and stuff.
No, I don't like that either.
Yeah.
I was just, I mean, there's 254 counties
close.
Here, and Beto happened to hit everyone.
57 to like 40% or like 40 something. So it was apparently somewhat close.
All right. Well, processing that anyway.
I'm just happy to see good turnout.
Yeah.
I don't have any
what a
opinions
difference.
otherwise, but I'm just looking at Ohio's turnout. We have just over 8 million registered voters, and total votes cast at this point are a little over 4.2 million. And for a non-presidential election, that's like record-setting.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
impressive.
we blew records like, oh my gosh, right and left at the early voting here. But
one of the highest turnouts historically for midterm elections for early voting of over 38 million. The last election that came close to that was the 2012 presidential at 41 or 46 million.
Mhm.
So this is the highest voter turnout since the 2012 presidential election,
Well, and I think it's
as far
just
as
going to
early
keep
voting
climbing.
goes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so.
It'll keep climbing.
Oh. All right. Let's
Anyway,
see
yeah,
then.
let's-
Yeah.
Anyway,
Go somewhere where
political
city
notes.
moves up. Yeah. A mafia-run city. It seems to be operating smoothly.
Chicago? No.
So you've all returned, of course, to the house, and you've got the evening to sort of, chill and and everything else. Tassos returns as well, of course, and sensing the departure in the air, he's just being a little extra attentive to anything that Thaxel may want you to see, whatever lizard folk want. I guess the foot rub equivalent of like, what do you need? Any sort of
Oh, I actually have a request. I do have a request. So do you see my little friend over there? She has like these little horn things coming around. She's a little fiery. Her name's Dina. She's really
Yeah.
awesome. She's great. Do you have someone I can set her up with?
Oh well, I think now. Fiery,
I
you
mean,
said?
nowhere to where like, because we're on a whole other level. She doesn't need our level. She needs like someone that doesn't care, because she doesn't care.
Oh, gotcha. Well,
They have to be tall. Easy on the eyes. Little fiery. Literally or, physically.
Understood. Well,
Wealthy. You forgot wealthy.
I mean, and status isn't, what, I don't know.
well, there's have a excuse me, an acquaintance of mine that fits most of those. Wealthy and pretty sharp fella. Certainly tall and a little wild.
Oh,
Yeah, name's Tony Vacatora. And yeah, I reckon you might be up for a rodeo or two with your friend.
oh, that'd be so sweet. She's just been so lonely.
Or
I mean, I think she's a little jealous of us, to be honest, but
yeah, who wouldn't be, darling?
I don't know. So, if sorry, I'm getting distracted by chats. So yeah, if you could just maybe go find him, and then I'll tell Dina, and then yeah.
Sure. I think he usually has a party at least once a week. That's this evening and tonight and into tomorrow morning. I'd always just get her an invite, send her over there, let him know. Put in a good word, so to speak, for your friend.
Oh, she's loads of fun.
All right, we'll do then, dear.
Okay, now you run along. Bye bye.
Yes, ma'am. And he does that. That's awesome.
Okay. And then I'm gonna go over to Dina. Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I think Tassos likes me.
You think?
I think he does.
I've watched the two of you. He likes you. I mean, not just likes you. He likes you, darling.
I've never I don't know what to do.
Take him for every penny you can get, dear.
Oh no, I'm not that mean. I'm not that mean.
Look, the goal is to find someone to support you in the lifestyle to which you wish to become accustomed. And darling, this is definitely a lifestyle that you wish to become accustomed to. And if he's willing, let him.
Okay. I will consider your advice. But he did just run along to go find a friend of his to kind of set you up with for this evening if you're not busy.
I had no plan.
I made sure that he was wealthy and that he was tall, easy on the eyes. I think he's pretty, he has a fiery soul, and he has a party going on, I think, tonight. So you're welcome.
You are the best. And little tiny Dina leaps up and hugs Daxel and kisses her on the cheek.
Pat, 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 pat. I'm not used to so much affection in one day.
Nice.
What's happening? My heart's going again.
Well, given that Dina has never showed anybody any affection that you guys are aware of.
That's why she's freaking out. Pat, pat on the head. You're darling. Let me know how it is tomorrow.
Oh, you guys aren't partying with us?
Oh, I don't know. My only job was to make sure you had some company for this evening, because I already have company for this evening. Do you think the others want company for this evening? I could probably get that arranged.
I'm not sure. Ari does seem a little young.
Oops.
Oh, no, I'll talk about the boys.
I don't think Falcon's ever had company. And
I'm good.
Maybe he needs some company. I mean, I don't think I
would
haven't
you
had
want to
much.
be responsible
I miss you
for
too.
putting some girl through that?
Don't want to see you in the morning, right?
I mean,
I know.
At least
he
As far
does.
as I
He
know.
makes a good comforter.
He
Wanna go
does.
sip
That
a
he
water
does.
first?
And a duvet. Very
Uh-huh.
down. The down duvet, and yes.
I think he needs to be invited to the party.
I am
Maybe.
not watching after him.
Okay. What about Demalagus? Can I find that? I want to find somebody for Demalagus.
Yes. I bet once he loosens up, that boy knows how to party. You know how those drow are.
I do. So here's the plan. We're gonna
Okay.
go. Oh crap! I blanked on the word. Crash this party.
Okay. Well, we're not crashing. We're invited. We'll
Well,
just bring them with us.
no. We're invited.
We're
I'm
invited.
gonna say I'm invited because Tassos is probably gonna go, so I'm
Yeah.
automatically invited. But you're gonna drag Balkans so he can crash, and I will drag Demalagus so he can crash. Aries
And
too
we'll-
young,
Yep.
and then Rhea. I don't know if she would just look down on us for partying or what, but she's more than welcome. She probably needs some company too.
Yeah, she does. She needs to loosen up a little bit.
We all need company.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the plan. Thanks.
Okay.
All right. Plans made for the evening. Awesome.
oh,
All right. I think. Are you mentioning these plans to Rhea to see if she?
I think what I'm envisioning, anyways, is Daxel's probably going to go up to Demalagus and just like, oh my God, there's something you have to come see. I think one of the eggs broke again. I keep finding these pieces everywhere, and I'm just going to grab him by the arm, get him to this place, and like shove him in. And then and then Rhea is gonna just kind of be like, you know, amongst the chaos that I'm gonna cause, and then if she wants to join in, she can.
Oh,
Okay.
well, there's something I wanted to do while they were all
Sure,
doing
go
this
for it.
like 5-minute scheme plan or whatever.
Nice.
I want to go to my room and use what's sending spell.
Oh, that's right. You got that now. Okay.
To Mavery. To my. Let me just check to get the 25 words correctly. So I don't pull a jester and spend half the message saying, "Oh shit, fuck."
Nice.
That's awesome.
So it's, hey Mavery, it's Valken. I made it out of the made it out safely. Are you safe? Is there somewhere I could meet you outside of Shadowgate? Perhaps Stonehearth? Oh, Stonehearth.
Okay. You mentally send this message and wait. Seconds go by. Seconds. Falcon? This is really you? I can't believe it. How are you doing this? I'm so glad that you made it out of the city. Yes, he doesn't know it's 25 words, so.
Wait, how many spell slots of level 3 do I have? Okay. I'll burn another spell slot.
Okay.
Or I'll burn my other level 3 spell slot.
Okay.
I'm so glad to hear from you. We only have a limited amount of words to communicate, and I can't send another message back after.
Oh, I see. I'm okay. And you hear like these, the message is sent as she kind of worded it, so this awkward pauses as she's trying to. I can't meet right now. I am dealing with something. How can I reach you when I'm...
And I'll have to wait until I take a long rest in order to actually respond to.
Nice.
Damn it.
Okay. But she's alive. Hooray!
Yes.
You find
and
that
until
Falcon...
next long rest.
Yeah. Falcon is sort of
I'm gonna have smug look on my face and walk out and be like, haha, Aerie, I told you she wasn't dead. And Aerie's probably gonna be very confused.
Yeah, like, good job. Nice. It's just like, all right. And Dina, were you bamboozling Valken into the party or no? Or no. Thaxel, you got the Malagus, and right.
Yes.
And Dina was gonna get Valken, or?
Oh,
you're muted, Dina.
Dina, I can't hear.
When he announces that he's got in touch with her, great. Come on, let's go. We're leaving.
Where are we going?
We're gonna go party. Let's go.
Woo!
Right, nice.
And then this look of panic goes out over. It suddenly goes over his face like, I've never been to a party before.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Excellent.
You'll be fine. Matter of
It'll be all good. Oh, I'm not there.
you'll be
You're-
fine. Don't worry. I have ways of making this easier for you.
I'm just like, I'm just over here just dragging. I'm just like, Demalagus. Oh, God, you're so slow.
Nice.
Load them as fast as you are.
I think that if you had mentioned it to Tassos at all, he definitely would have agreed, and he'll probably be there, like going along with your
Oh.
plan. Be like, okay, I'll be there. Bells on. I'll be waiting for you.
Yes.
Just bells.
Hands off.
Awesome.
I just asking. I mean, one, I can look and enjoy the scenery, as it were.
Aries
Goodness.
busy sort of like arguing with herself there in the corner, in her seat, like seemingly in a debate with whatever voice she has in her head. Rhea would probably protest slightly at first, wanting to get some actionable plan put in place for what you all are going to do. But as you're like, yeah, party. We got plenty of time. She'd probably be like, yeah, I could use some time to unwind a bit. All right, let's do it. And she'll follow suit. So she, leads the way to this house. She knows this individual as well. And you're walking around a number of blocks. While the house that you approach isn't quite as nice as the compound, as real estate, aside from the compound, real estate is at a premium here. You walk over a number of these the stone bridges that go over the waterways of Ikra. And go down into another fairly decadent area, section of the city, residential section, and there's a lot of planted shrubbery in this yard, sculpted into different creatures, amazing creatures, and trimmed nicely around the yard, and allows for privacy and some ooh and ah factor. As you walk down the cobblestone walkway to the entrance, it actually follows a line of shrubbery, and then you take a 90-degree turn to reach the face of the house.
Falcon. Everyone appreciates a nicely trimmed bush.
Nice.
I was more of saying that out of character. I
Now
was
it's
thinking
canon.
Monty Python.
Sorry, Valken.
Too late.
Oh, no.
You turn the corner and Tassos is there. He's on the front porch steps. There's a wraparound porch in this house, like 12-foot wide steps, set of like 12 steps up to the porch. He's sort of leaning against the beam at the top, and he is dressed to the nines. He definitely dresses up, looks sharp, all the sharper when he's dressed up. Very keen-looking suit, and got sort of that sloppy hair that's been done up nice. And he leans up off the beam as he sees you and walks down the stairs and says, "Well, good evening, my lady. Glad you could make it," and holds his arm out to. "You look divine tonight."
Wait, Dina, are you there? Or is it
Mhm.
just me and Demalagus?
I think we would have come with you to the party.
Okay, no,
We would
maybe
travel
I'm just.
together.
No, never mind. I'm gonna since I have Demalagus by the arm, I just kind of lean over and like, that was mine. Okay, bye. And then I pat Demalagus on the head, and also like a pat, and then I kind of, shove him forward as I put mine around Tassos.
Have fun.
Gonna find out this party has an extremely large amount of dwarves at it.
No.
It's fine.
Nice. He just kind of tries to give you like a pull in so you can put his arm around like, your hip and stuff and hold you close.
Yay.
Nice.
She's soaking this in right now.
Nice. All right, so you two head up. And there's a loud party going on inside. Definitely a pretty lively party. Of course, Demalagus, you're sort of not let down, but there's no torture devices here. There's no one's getting hurt, whether for pleasure or pain.
Is that what the
Most
crowd
people
party's
have their
like?
clothes on, and you're just like, you thought this was a party. But plenty of drinks to be had and such.
Malagus would be deeply confused at this point. First of all, we're supposed to be finding out something about the eggs. He was completely lied to. I'm sure he figured that out pretty quickly, but now he's like, what are we even doing?
I'm good at deception.
So he'll be kind of just, I guess, staying close to Rhea.
Okay. Awesome. Ray is also a bit conservative here at the beginning, and she does probably do all the formalities where she's going to go around and just greet the people that she's to greet, the people high enough standing, and she's definitely going to head over and get a drink. She's probably going to head over to the bar, which is in the corner. It's a bit darker, intentionally. Anyway, so you've got plenty of cloak and dagger space there, trying to hide your half-drow form.
I guess nobody told me to be around other people. Hope I don't get lynched. But
Hey,
all my spells.
hey, you don't have freaking wings.
You're not a hated race. You're a pretty bird. Everybody likes you.
You've got the galaxy in your
someone
eyes.
dropping them.
Harry doesn't like me.
Harry doesn't like anyone.
Nice. I think Ray would probably turn over to you, Demalagus, and just be like, can I get you a drink? I feel like it's going to be a long night for you more than me.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Indeed. Round first both plays whatever he wants. Orders, I don't know, something nice. Whatever her Oh, right. She takes like 5 minutes explaining to this bartender what a morning sunrise is. And because she ordered that in her session 0, she was all about it. And she's like, yeah, and I think it was this. I mean, it was this color, and they told me that it was these liquors. And they have to go elsewhere to get one of the liquors. It's not behind the bar, but they get it set up, and it's pretty good. It's not the full experience she had before, but it's pretty tasty. And of course, whatever you want, Demalagus. You do see her drinking this drink that once poured together, it does look like a morning sunrise. It has all the different colors of red to orange and amber down into like the twilight colors at the bottom. And it's fragrant. You can even smell it from where you are. There's citrusy something in there. Demalagus' thing, but
No, actually, it wouldn't be. Because he was raised completely around drow. He would think it was pretty gross. And actually, the drow drinks tend to be bitter, usually mushroom or moss based. So they're extremely earthy and they're kind of gross, which means they're not going to have anything like that here.
Bartender's like,
nothing I say would be okay. So I will just drink wine, whatever the darkest wine they have is.
Okay. Right.
He just hands you a really bitter gin.
That'd be fine too.
Tina pushes that over to you. She sits down.
take whatever you have back there, dip a mushroom in it.
Can I get the mushroom umbrella?
Don't clean the dirt off of it either.
Nice. All right. So the party, swings up into full effect. Rhea, has just a drink or two to kind of gear down from all the craziness going on. She agrees, like, all right, let's do this. We'll party tonight. We'll talk in the morning, after breakfast, and sort out an actual plan on what we were going to do. Assos is all about trying to get you to dance, Staxel. I don't know if you're up for if Staxel is up for that.
I don't think she knows how to dance.
Performance check.
I mean, she has a -1 for that, so she's
Awesome.
probably gonna fail.
Well, Dassa's like, yeah, oh, really? Well, you would have had me fooled with, I think you're going to be a natural based on your control of your
Lewd.
mastery
You're
over your body.
You're adorable.
Tina's having so much fun watching them.
Yeah, go ahead and do a performance check, and I'll give you advantage just because there's some awesome music playing, and Tassos is hyped for you. Give Tassos advantage too. Whoa, all right. Nice.
That's a 2.
Oh, brutal.
I rolled a 3 and a 2.
Well, he rolled a 16 and a 19. So he's going to sort of try and, have some fun. As you do a little bit of a stumble, he'll kind of, swing you around and to cover for you. So it looks like, you both know entirely what you're doing. And regardless of the actual skill, Tassos anyway is having a blast and just having fun, having those pauses. Oh, you know what? Having the that fond look across his arms at you, in his arms, and dancing back and forth, and then a slow song. That's why not? It's a party, but they've got to have there's a bunch of people up. Yeah.
Is it like the
prom one? Yeah. Nice.
Or how they explained it where I'm from? It's it's shoulder to shoulder with just enough space for Jesus to fit in.
That's great.
And he's a spirit, so he can slip in anywhere.
Yes. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, he's as the slow music kicks in, a number of people a number of people start doing the hookup thing where they're making out and dancing and this and that, but he is really appreciating the time that he has with you before you leave. So he kind of is doing the close face to face, and he takes a minute and just tries to. Well, I mean, I'm 6'3", so I keep in my head holding down here, but you're taller than him, so he's sort of I think you're about the same height.
Yeah, I think I'm 6.
Like a little taller. Yeah, he's 5'10" or 5'11" or something.
Aww.
So
I'm actually taller than somebody.
Nice.
That's
so
exciting.
Well, you're definitely taller than me. I'm 5 feet.
Awesome.
I'm also 5 feet.
Wait, you're 5 feet?
That's why she keeps, patting
so
people's
short?
heads.
5'0".
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
actually,
what
what we did when Dan and I were making up Demalagus and kind of creating some of his odds and ends stats is I wanted to roll, as is tradition for me, and to see what his physical stature was, because I'm not married to anything. But instead of rolling as a male half-elf, I actually rolled as female half-elf, because in drow physiology, the males are actually smaller, whereas the females are larger, broader, and more muscular.
Oh.
So I rolled on small. So basically, he's just 5 feet tall. He's kind of little. He weighs
I
like
remember
130
that.
pounds.
I forgot he was only 5 feet tall. That's amazing.
Wow.
He's a small guy.
He's just wandering around in 6-inch stilettos, looking down at everybody because she's 5. I think she's 5'1", 5'2".
Nice.
Yeah.
But she wears 5 and 6-inch stilettos. So
I didn't realize I was so tall. My character. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I know Aries really short too.
Now I've
And
gotta
that
look
it all
into
makes
Ray
sense with
is.
the little head. Oh,
Yeah, you're petting everybody on the head because you're towering over them.
short.
Okay, Ray is 5'11", so she's the only
Okay.
other person. You two kind of tower above everyone else in the park. I forgot 5 feet for both of you. Wow, for Demalagus and Falcon. Yeah. So you he tries to just give you one of those extra tight squeezes as he's dancing, with you as you're dancing with each other. And then he tries to go for a makeout session. But anyway, you guys are having fun. Yeah.
Hell.
Nice. Meanwhile, Dina, you're at the bar with are you with Valken or are you at the bar with Demalagus?
I would have kind of looked for the mousiest, literally female that I could find there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that mousy little woman with the mouse brown hair and the little mouse brown features is kind of cute, but just reminds you of a little mouse. I would have looked for one of those and then just pushed Valken in her direction.
What?
See, awesome. There's something attractive about this individual, Falcon. You just can't place it. Yeah. He looks like a mouse.
Good enough to eat.
Nice, yeah. Awesome.
Just wanna
Little
swoop
tiny
down.
nose and, just that little
Aw.
cute face and mouse brown hair.
You stumble into her. Oh, excuse me. I'm so embarrassed. She's just sort of looking at you, looking at the galaxy in your eyes, because you've got those universe eyes. She's like about your height, because she'd probably be, like 5'1", 5'2", just a little tiny bit taller than you. Oh, you're, are you from around here? I feel like I would have. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm not really actually sure where I'm from.
Oh, that sounds interesting and sad. Can I get you a drink?
Sure.
Oh, wonderful. Let's maybe sit down and find a place a little more quiet.
Okay.
And you scurry off with your mousy gal.
He eats her later on. Is that a literal mouse?
Friends.
As the slow dance wraps up, Tony approaches the two of you, mainly Tassos, because he doesn't know you, recognize you yet. It says, well, haven't seen you since, Tassos, how long's it been? Our last hunting trip, I guess? Tassos just sort of nods. Yeah, I reckon so. Thanks for having us up here. This here's Axel, this wonderful lady. Kind of gives like a little bit of a kiss and gives you. Let me see how he takes you, because not everyone's as awesome as Tassos.
That's right.
He's sees there's a little. I mean, you know that look that people get when they're have a level of fear upon seeing you. You can see a little. He's trying to cover it up, but he can see you. I mean, you can see that in his eyes a bit. Tony. And now it's my understanding that you brought a gal to see me, someone you thought might be able to keep up with me. Yeah, so it's like, I think that you'll find she's much more of a challenge than you seem to be expecting. But she seems sweet, and any friend of Axel here is a friend of mine. And over there, where are you again, Dina? You are sort of out and about on the floor, right?
Well, once I shoved Valken at the little mouse. Dina then went to the bar. She's got a glass of whiskey, a tumbler of whiskey in front of her, and she's not really sitting on a bar stool. She's not really standing on the bar. She's kind of lounging on the combination of the two.
Okay.
So she got one arm back, and she's just watching. And she knows exactly how she's presenting herself. I mean, it looks very casual, very relaxed, and it's actually very yes, it's very calculated, very studied.
Nice. All right. Yeah, that's.
She's barefoot, wearing like chains on her feet and ankles.
Nice.
You know, I mean, she's got all this kind of. Yeah, it's a very exotic look.
Awesome.
And of course, she has the gold horn caps with chains coming off of them.
Ah, yeah, yep.
Piercing in the here, you know, hoop in the nose, into the ears.
Beautiful.
I kind of want to put my hand out to be like, oh, let me take you over to her.
All right, and he takes your, clasps your hand, and
Okay, and then I slap his hand and I grab his arm and then I pull.
nice. Kind of gives a look, a little bit taken aback, just in general, but also like
that was for the look.
And you walk up to Dina with Tony. And
Dina.
Darling.
I'm terribly sorry. What was your name again?
Oh, it's Tony. I am Dina.
She lazily presents a hand. Oh,
goes down and
Tony.
gives it a kiss.
Charmed, I'm sure. And there goes our internet.
No.
Yay! Well, and then I just kind of like lean over and be like, this is just a hit and quit it type of thing. I don't like him.
Oh, God.
He gave me a look. And then I'm like, y'all have a
how
grand.
hard I'm going to hit this.
Nice. And Tony's a pretty sharp-looking guy. He's got his skinny jeans on, cowboy boots. He's got a real like a rough, right off the not cattle farm. I'm trying to think of, it's like a mix
Right off
of
the ranch?
a rough, like a ranch hand and the brawny towel guy.
Yeah. If he takes her hand, she is literally just giving him the slow all the way down and all the way up.
Nice. Well, we're gonna have some fun, aren't we? And he kind of, shall we start with the dance?
Let's go, cowboy.
Yeah. Yeehaw! Tries to, pull you along or pull you up off the stool and kind of go.
As soon as he tries to pull, she digs at her heels.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I am not one of your cows to rustle.
Well, that's a shame. All right.
Now, if you want to hog tie me, you treat me like a lady first.
It is that.
And I
Kind of
hold out my hand for him to take and, escort me onto the dance floor, not pull me.
And he does just that. Nice. I'm just going to do a general performance check to see how this guy does for the evening. All right, it's not bad. I don't know. As the more you talk, I mean, he's got most of the things you're looking for, because, you're not really looking for, like, an intellect or any deep conversation or anything. He seems to have all the things to meet the needs, your current needs.
Yeah, as long as we're not talking 8-second rides here, we're all right.
Nice. Awesome. He has a fairly young person's stamina, it seems. He's accustomed to things like that. So the evening goes on. I'll say, just keep things moving along. If there's anything you want to role play, any of you, let me know. Otherwise, I can say lots of fun was had at the party.
I mean, lots of fun was had at the party.
Lots of fun was had at the party.
I mean, did the Malagus find some company? Daxel's very concerned about you
Oh, really?
from afar.
We need to find him like an Amazon. I think he'll be more comfortable with one of those.
Whoa.
Awesome.
Maybe. I tried.
I mean, what makes all of you think that he's interested in women to begin with?
Oh!
The way that he looks at Rhea.
Well then.
my
my
apologies.
If we see watching him with Rhea, it'll be like, oh, he's good. He'll take care of himself.
He's quite content.
Yes.
Nice.
My apologies.
Awesome. All right. Well, at a very minimum, there's it's a relaxing evening. For those that are looking for a relaxing evening, those that are looking for a bit more of a workout or a strenuous
It's
taxing
still relaxing.
I
evening.
really have no idea what happened.
Oh yeah.
She gets you drunk. You wake up with feathers missing.
There you go.
Awesome.
And you're like, what?
And you're wearing a pair of panties. I was like, wait, what?
There you go.
She's literally feathered her nest.
That's so great. I'm just teasing. You can have happen whatever. If there's anything that you want to pursue with that Val, can go for it. At a minimum, you have nice. I mean, I feel like she's interested in you as a person, and there would probably be some. I don't know. I mean, there's party lubrication there. She seems maybe she's flirting, maybe she's not. It's tough to tell.
Probably flirt back.
Okay. Yes. You open up a little, tell her a little bit about your past. She seems to really soak it up and have a genuine sort of concern for you, and care about your past and kind of wish you the best. As the party dies down, probably. Oh gosh, I don't know. Let me do another roll and see, because that was really like super borderline. The 10. And okay, she doesn't know, what she's looking for here. You've made a bit of a connection in case you wanted to ask her name or anything like that. But if you're not making any moves, then she's probably not going to make any moves either. But still a good time. I mean,
yeah.
All right, right, Randy. Yeah. So the night winds down. Everyone finds their way back to the Davenstar compound at different times, depending on what they were doing.
Sunrise.
Yeah, nice.
Dina would have probably tried, once he passed out, Dina would have probably tried to acquire a memento of the evening.
Okay. Well, there's a couple things that might serve as both that as well as have a little bit of monetary value. He had this ridiculous belt buckle that seemed to be made out of
That's
like
hideous.
gold.
No.
Yeah, it's like a really shiny. It's either gold plated or gold.
Is it one of those giant belt buckles that's like,
yeah.
How are you wearing that comfortably?
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's got high value because it can be melted down for the gold. No.
You could probably get a few gold pieces out of it. If you were to sell it, you'd probably get. I mean, at your best guess. I mean, if you took it off, you'd probably feel the weight of it and see that it's solid gold. Maybe like 25 gold for it. If you wanted to sell the buckle as is.
Any jewelry or anything like that? Bracelets, rings, an earring?
He didn't have
necklace.
too much. You're not sure what he does. Clearly something physical for a living, but you're not sure exactly what he does. But he doesn't seem to have much that can, on his hands or neck.
Okay. Yeah, then she would just oohed and awed once she'd gotten the assessment done. She'd have oohed and awed over the belt buckle.
Okay. He let's roll and see if he actually, clues in on that. He's more interested in getting freaky, and pursues that pretty heavily. However, it's all on the floor, across his house.
Once he's passed out.
Wait,
He's
all of it's done?
he's out, so it's not really a problem to pick that up.
Okay.
All right. You all arrive back at the compound. Excuse me. In the morning. She probably went home first, not to make her sound, like I can't have fun. She chilled. She enjoyed her evening. She just also, has a strong a work ethic and wants to get back and get things sorted and. So
His
she
responsibilities.
Is first up, and sort of waits for everyone to sort of come around and come back down to. She's just walking around the dining room and the floor. Tassos definitely would have asked Axel, stay another night. His room, since he's getting the vibe that you're probably going to be.
Mm-hmm. I take him up on that offer.
Okay. Great.
His bed's comfy.
All right, and Falcon, we'll say that I'll say, if you're willing anyway, you probably have a nice talk with the mousy gal. She'd probably walk with you, and then maybe be taken aback a little bit that you walk to the Davenstar compound, the Davenstar homestead, and be like, "Oh, wow, I didn't know you were a Davenstar, or maybe you work for them?"
I'm friends with.
Oh, that'd be really cool, huh? They seem like they have a lot of respect around.
Yeah.
Well, nice meeting you and sharing stories and everything. I hope you have a good night and safe journey, and I hope you find the things you're looking for.
I'm Valk.
Oh, hi. My name's Betsy. Puts a little hand out to take your.
I would shake.
Okay, if you find yourself coming back through town, I really will ask around for me.
I'll keep that in mind.
Wonderful. Just the party was at my brother's house. You can go there and ask for me. They'll know where I'm at. Do a lot of traveling. Hopefully, I'll be. Turns to head off. Farewell. All right.
Dina would have talked him out of the belt buckle using enthrall.
Oh, nice. Okay. Is that basically like a suggestion, kind of?
You weave a distracting string of words, causing creatures of your choice that you can see within range that can hear you to make a wisdom saving throw. He's not an elf or a half elf, is he?
Let me think. No, he's not. He's human.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has to make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, he has disadvantage on perception checks to perceive any creature other than you until the spell ends. And it lasts for a minute. It is not concentration. So she would have just been talking him up and asking for it and everything and just, locked eyes on him until he handed it over.
Nice. That wouldn't have been a problem given how inebriated he was. And I mean, I guess he wasn't drunk, but he was having a lot of fun and really into the evening.
She had charmed him naturally, so.
Mm-hmm. All right. Awesome. So at one point or another here, in the late morning probably, everybody's together once again in the dining room, and Rhea sort of getting everyone set to what should we do next? I imagine we should get back and get our gold for these eggs before anything happens to them.
Yep, I believe.
I think that's a great call.
No, I have some.
Didn't Ari have to go to Crestwood?
Ari? And she I can't remember if it was Crestwood or
yeah, it was.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Crestwood.
Well, I mean,
I don't know if she wanted to go there, or if she avoided it, or if she'd already gone.
She
Thought she
was
was
avoiding
that
it
she did.
when you were all
Yeah.
there. She was very upset
Okay.
at being there.
Oh, okay. Well, if she's avoiding it, then so.
But I think someone had. Well, I know Rhea. Well, she'd probably continue. Well, after that, I know that we've been sort of asked to go to
Oh yes, coast.
Vanguard there. Yeah. I have some personal business I need to attend there as well. I don't suppose any of you have any need to go to Vanguard?
My
I may.
schedule is open.
I think, as I look at my notes.
Mhm. Well, there will be opportunities for money to be made there for sure. It's a good experience. A really large port city, and like to sort of get done whatever we need to get done and get a better understanding of what we've signed ourselves up for here with Kari.
That's what
I do
think.
have business in Vanguard as well,
Yeah.
so I do.
I think our deal with her is pretty much when she shows up or her representative shows up and says, you will go do this. We say, yes, ma'am, and we go do it.
Right. Guess we'll find out exactly what sort of thing that entails. But better than being hunted down by that illithid.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Although, I mean, now that she has the pearl, I can't see why the illicit he would even want. Well, I suppose he would be a little grumpy about that we took it in the first place.
Yeah, I got the sense he wasn't the forgiving type. And would like to want to know what happened to it, where it went. Ooh. He thinks back to her experience seeing Vardock and her one shot. Session 0.
Good.
Dina just kind of plays with the ring on her finger a little bit.
All right, well, let's what do you say we get underway, fill up our bellies and head on out, get this thing returned?
Let's do that.
Yep.
What are you doing with this basilisk? I mean, are we taking this thing with us?
Well,
It's kind of hard to travel, I think.
well,
Maybe Tassos needs a pet.
yes.
A lizard pet to remind him
Yeah.
of his
Oh.
girlfriend.
Okay, out of character, that's really adorable. In
I know
character,
it is.
Dina rolls her eyes.
No.
Nice.
Oh, I kind of want to play this. Oh my god. Where is it?
I imagine Tassos would sort of, I don't know if he'd be. Well, he probably would have been sitting around. He'd be trying to spend the day with Thaxel. So unless anyone asked him to leave, he'd probably be like. He sort of warms his heart a little bit too. He's, yeah, I reckon I could see after that youngin. Keep it safe best I can. Gets a little bigger.
He really is precious.
Yeah, kind of looks at you longingly, like. Yeah. And Ray is like, all right, yeah, I suppose that might not behoove us to travel with it just yet, not until it's a little older, I suppose.
I lean over to Rhea at one point and go, imagine what your nieces and nephews are going to look like.
Oh my god.
And then just walk away.
Wait.
Well, she gets her.
Wait, what did you...
Imagine what your nieces and nephews are going to look like.
Oh, snap.
Awesome. All right.
Just to mess with Rhea.
Yeah, she gets. Start packing her stuff up. Okay, you guys hit the road, and so there's a little touch of something to do here as you guys embark on this journey. I assume you'll be calling your nightmares and just like resting at night. Okay, and if you're heading, you're looking at probably about a week from here across and up to Vanguard. So first day I know goes by without any issue because I already rolled for that. Second night. Travel seems to be going pretty smoothly.
I know over during that period of time I would call Mavery where we can contact. I don't remember what the house is that we were staying at with Ari.
Okay. You can probably ask Ari, and she'll let you know. It's the Grim Fury household in Stonehearth.
So I'd probably mention that, and then I'd probably mention where we're planning to.
She says that she's going to let you know as soon as she's available to take a journey. She's looking forward to catching up. On the third day of travel, first couple days are a breeze. It's warm, sunny. Third day you wake up and it's really, really overcast. And the wind picks up as you're trying to ride, and it's a little bit of muggy air, but a little cool as it rushes over all of you. You're on the main road, thoroughly traveled, and there are places where you can tell people pull over and rest for the night in different locations along this road. You take a quick break for lunch, and as you're wrapping up your lunch, it starts to rain. Not a downpour or anything, but just more than spitting rain. It starts to come down. Take whatever precautions you can. I think you all have one form of a cloak or another.
Daxel's enjoying it.
Nice, running down the scales and stuff. It's fresh, and the smell of nature is everywhere. There's forests on either side of this road. You even go by the mountain range a little bit. You're nearing the mountain range on this particular day, this third day of travel. As the afternoon goes on, this builds into like a really heavy rain, and you hear some thunder rolling in the distance. By the time that you're getting ready to set up camp for the night, it's just getting a little too treacherous, or not treacherous, but it's the end of the day. The road is becoming muddy, and it draws your stamina a bit to be in the cold driving rain. You all set up camp for the night, get this tents set up nicely in a little alcove in the cropping in the forest along the road. you find yourselves in your respective tents, or any grouping that you so wish, after eating dinner. Trying to eat dinner, it turned out to be kind of a difficult task as the wind was really picking up. It's still late evening. Typically, you at this time of the day, the past couple nights, you'd still be chatting and sharing stories or whatever it is. Where Aerie would be, sniping some comments at Valken and vice versa. But you find yourself sort of the tents are huddled up, and the wind becomes so incredibly strong that it's rippling the tents on either side. Thunder is cracking right overhead as the storm is intense. And it's clearly gone above a thunderstorm. Driving rains are saturating the tents. The tent that Valken is in just gets uprooted. Stakes get pulled out because the wind is so strong, and it's catching the wind like a kite would.
I told you to stake that tighter.
I don't know anything about tents. I scream
That's
over
why I
the,
told you
over
to
the.
stake it tighter.
Valken, you're keeping your wings as tucked in as you can, because if they catch any wind, you're going to be blown. There's huge gusts of wind. You go back, you get your tent, you get it back, you stake it down in like 2 feet over from where you had it, really, well into the ground this time. You're all in the tents, and it's probably like 8 in the evening, and you hear this huge crack and this immense boom really close to the tents. As you kind of peek your heads out, one of the trees is fallen from the gusts of wind and crashed right behind the tents. You look at the other trees, these thick, tall, old trees that are still in good health. They're just bending. The wind's forcing them over and over, back and forth. You see another couple branches snap and fall down in between the trees.
Is there anywhere not around these trees? I mean, do we have any mountains or a cliff or any type of shelter other than just out in the open under trees?
You don't see. You see some mountains in the distance.
But we're stuck here in the forest.
Yeah. I mean, there's the road. There's like about 30 feet from the road on either side of the road that's been sort of cleared and not really too many trees.
Does this storm seem supernatural?
Yeah.
It's not typical. You don't get the sense that there's anything arcane about it. It's just this raging storm. Essentially, you're in the middle of a hurricane.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, I wasn't gonna be do we like upset some sort of storm god, and he's gonna smite us now? Haha! You guys had no combat for the past 5 sessions, so you now have to fight like
A hurricane.
the equivalent of Zeus
And go.
or something.
Would my ring be like zapping this random?
Yep, you actually feel it.
Okay.
Boom. And you look down, and that band, the gold band, has become clear again. There's this torrent of electricity racing around in it and through the gem and back down around to the band.
I've literally I'm using my hand for fire for warmth and just kind of holding it. She's got pretty much just like a ball of flame. We're sitting in the tent. It's whatever we can do to keep it pegged down, and even if it means sitting on the edges of the tent.
Okay.
Why did anyone take Tiny Hot
on it? Because stuff will dry. Trying to keep ourselves dry, and she's just got this kind of ball of flame going in her hand.
Okay. All right.
To keep it warm and dry inside that tent.
All right.
Is this anything? I don't know. Anything that Vessel could try to like meditate on if her ring's going crazy? Maybe.
Actually, you would. I'm trying to think of. Stop me if this. I'll just say stop me if this is wrong.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to think of pull from your backstory, but I can't remember this important detail. So, you may recall from a very young age, an elder talking about calming about your duty, everyone's duty.
Duty.
And talking to the storm, calming the storm. It involves meditation and being strong enough to channel the storm, to absorb its energy, basically, and help it diffuse.
That sounds about right.
Something you haven't thought of in a while, I imagine, but it comes to you in this moment.
I guess just recalling that information, maybe she tried to meditate on that as best she could without getting distracted by the winds and the rain outside.
Okay.
See, I don't know.
All right. Go ahead and do a wisdom check, if you would, with advantage.
Okay. And let's try this one. 14. Gosh.
Okay, that's good. You kind of just lean into what feels right. You're meditating on what this, elder had discussed, and some of it feels like you need to step outside. You feel like you need to be out in the rain, feel the elements, try and call some of it to you. Think of a way to you.
Okay.
And
She's gonna, I know she's gonna try to step outside.
Okay.
Just to try.
All right. You step outside. Rain is like almost horizontal. Wind's blowing. And, you can watch the lightning just jump from cloud to cloud and striking over here and over there in the distance in the forest.
I think she's gonna. Well, no, she's not gonna stand because she can't really stand. After she walks outside, she's going to kneel down, palms up, kind of like just like laying on her lap, but palms up, and then just try to I guess there's a no, that's not what I want. I know there would be like some sort of like not a chant, but like something else that she is trying to recall how it goes. She's having a hard time trying to remember the exact words, but maybe if her feelings, I guess, were more in tune, like maybe it'll work. Something along those lines.
Okay.
Like, and she's just getting angry because she just wants to stop because she hasn't been able to do anything, and she just wants us to stop.
Okay. I think with the 14 on your wisdom check, since that's sort of like an instinct sort of roll, you would feel compelled to just at that point, and again, just compelled, so you do whatever you like, of course. Raise your hand to the sky and just try and call this. Call the energy out of the storm. Call to stop.
I'm yelling. I'm probably yelling.
Nice.
You can't hear me, but I'm yelling.
Everyone's
What is she saying?
Another tree crashes in the background. Stop! You raise your hand up, and just out of instinct, you cast Call Lightning.
Yes.
And it's huge. For everyone in the tents, it sounds like space-time's ripping open outside of your tents. Huge crack of lightning, and it just dances down into your hand and down around your arm. Oops, and the hand with a ring in it. You close your fist and draw it down like you're pulling this electricity out of the storm. And the lightning stops, and you feel energized, electrified from this, all this potent nature, magic, this lightning. The rain is just evaporating off of your scales as you're not hurt at all. You're just you've got a couple little light scorch marks, down your hand and down your arm, and the wind begins to die down and sort of stabilize. The rain continues to fall, but it's just a natural, moderately heavy rainfall now. Seem to have diffused storm, out of control storm. And you recall the elder doing this. Thing paid off. You recall that being part of some ceremony, some ritual, something.
Mhm.
But you remember that image as you have this dance down your arm, and like,
Oh shit, that actually worked.
y'all hear the storm die down.
That's impressive. It's very impressive.
I think
a lot of power.
she's just going to be in a daze, just looking around like and then just kind of again in a daze. She doesn't hear anything anymore. She doesn't see anything. She's just going to crawl back in her tent and lie down.
Nice.
Dina is both impressed and just a little jealous.
Nice. That's awesome.
Because that was power.
Awesome. And I'm sorry for running a bit late. I have one last thing. If you guys are up for it, should just be like 2 or 3 minutes. Okay. All right. So
you're ambushed by a gang of thieves.
That night, there's a little bit of damage to a tent here and there. It's easily mended. Rough night of sleep probably had by most. The next day, no trouble. The 5th day, not a problem. The storm let up that next day. It's back to just like partly sunny weather next couple of days. On that 5th night, though, everyone tucks in for once it's bedtime. Goes to sleep. And Dina, as you're dreaming, you sort of partially become aware of the dream, not full on lucid dreaming, but you're looking around across this vast landscape. The land here is dry and rocky. There are a few clouds in the sky, but the sky looks red. Both the clouds and just a hue of the sky behind them. You find yourself on a plateau atop a mountain. Now, the heat is intense here, really intense, and it drains your stamina. You can feel the pull on it. You look around, trying to see, what's in the distance. And as you do, the ground begins to shake and split open. You find yourself taking a few stumbling steps back as a whole section of the ground gives way beneath you. And now, instead of being on the plateau, you're dropping off the edge with the stone below you that gave way. And you're plummeting down and down. No visible ground in sight, just endless fall below you.
Fuck.
You watch as the sheer face of the mountain side just races by as you're falling. And there on the mountainside, catching your eyes, is a crack nearly 100 feet wide. And that also seems to give way with the rest of the mountain and fall just ahead of your pace. Except this 100-foot wide crack that's fallen falls almost as though it's opening and reveals a massive pupilless eye. A little red beady iris and pupil in the center take form, and the pupil almost tracks you as you fall down across the entire height of this giant eye in the mountainside. A strong gust of wind abruptly rolls your body over as you're falling.
Okay.
There in your face it's the face of a tortured soul right before you. Hence the the hollow withered spaces where eyes should be, still managing to relay a deep, perfect fear and pain. Its mouth opened 4 times larger than it should. The odor of corpse rot permeates your senses.
She's got fire on her hand, even though she's falling.
Mm-hmm.
There's now fire on her hands, and she's calling up her magic. She's getting ready to cast something if this thing comes at her or tries to attack her, even though they're both falling.
Okay, nice. As your hands ignite this flame, as you're falling, flames trailing behind you as you fall. This tortured soul, it's ragged, thin bits of gray, withered hair stream upward as it falls in tandem with you. Its toothless mouth purses as it attempts to speak, seemingly with some great difficulty. Was it all worth it? You feel the impact of the ground as your body splits open into several pieces. And the last thing you see before your head pops open like a melon, it's disturbing, are hundreds of other tortured souls falling to the ground in the background. You lurch awake, flame in your hands. That's where one night session. Yay!
If it gets me what I want, then yes.
Nice.
Mm.
Awesome. You whisper under your word. And
Yeah.
cool.
Well then.
Popcorn.
Nice.
Oh, lordy.
Yeah, I'm having fun with everyone's backstories. I've got
Uh-huh.
some juicy Demalagus stuff, and Valken's got his connection now. That's going to be fun. But
if she, then I
Axel,
gotta
some
find
stuff
out
on the
probably
table.
soon if she
It worked.
sold us up the river without a paddle. That's gonna be fun roleplay.
Nice. Yes.
Axel's just really excited that it actually worked.
That was, yeah, Dina has Dina's liked Daxel.
Mhm.
You know, they get along, similar person, but there's a new kind of underlying respect and, like I said, and an envy after that.
It is so great.
Nice.
I love
It's kind of like,
dynamics.
Man, I need to find a ring now to wear. Because I only have... No, it's downstairs. Yeah, because I don't have anything like what I'm thinking of. Like,
Oh, yeah.
maybe I could find something.
Nice.
Mhm.
Mhm. There'll be more juicy bits to come. Dina, some of that stuff will fall into place later on. Everything has a
yeah, I figured.
place. It's free.
Yeah, once they get back to Stonehearth, she's going to be hitting up the library because she wants to find out more about the Ifrit. Because, well, I know Dina doesn't.
Right.
Dun, dun, dun.
You know, and it took her forever to learn about the dragon.
Right.
So she needs to do a little bit more research on this Ifrit to find out who he was. But she knew that one existed. She just didn't know anything about him.
Nice. Excellent.
I'm so excited.
Good, good.
I'm really excited. Bless you. That
Thank you.
I have a new dagger that I get to play with.
Oh, right, yeah. Good
So
times.
excited. I have all the poisons now. It makes me so happy.
You and
Not me.
my rogue would get along really, really well.
Awesome.
You got a hold of some wyvern poisons.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, DC 15
Nice.
con save 7d6.
Damn.
Half on a save, rolled in that 20.
Oh my gosh.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. What?
He one-shotted 3 times over and over.
Oh. Brutal. Amazing.
It was fun.
That's incredible. Excuse me. Yeah, and I'll have some more stuff too. I know I try and keep things, balanced between different characters. Sometimes it's, a little tricky to have all the things going on at once. So I know I'm a little bit behind on Demalius in particular and Falcon. But there are things on the horizon here as you travel and stuff that will pop up. So
Well, I kind of avoided all the people in part of my backstory, unless
Nice.
they got thrown, unless they were really good at tracking people all the way that.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
Now we're kind of going back there temporarily.
I handed him all the knives. Use them. Here you go. Have knives. Use them on me.
Nice.
I do that to my DMs. Here's a backstory full of knives for you to use on me.
Perfect.
Have fun.
Well, I hope well, thanks first of all, players. Always a blast. I have so much fun with you guys. I really appreciate you being here and being a part of this. Awesome. Thank you.
It's so fun.
So much
On
fun.
the game, man.
I love it.
Such fun!
Such a blast.
I can't wait already for the next session.
I
So good.
Money.
Yeah, that's right. Get that 2K gold.
Yes, I can buy stuff.
Hooray!
Unless I die again.
Yeah, or
Oh,
get
we'll find a
scammed
way
out
to
of
con you out of it.
Yeah, I was just thinking or get scammed out of your fortune. Yeah, that's so great.
Just because it's so much fun.
It is pretty great.
Not if I scare the crud out of you first.
I picture
Darling,
Valken
you're welcome to
slowly
try.
learning. Yeah, over
I just use my spell and I make you afraid for the 1 hour that we're actually talking to, and it's like, I'll take Dina's portion.
Nice try.
Nice.
Is that Buzz?
Oh yeah, and thank you, viewers, of course, for chilling and being hilarious. It's sometimes I'll catch parts of the stream of chat and be like, "Ah!" and try
Sorry for the internet troubles. Otherwise, I'd have been in chat tonight, guys.
no worries.
I
No.
apologize.
It's a storm.
Oh.
Mhm.
No, I'll wait till we're off your mind.
Okay. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful night, and we'll catch you, of course, next Tuesday. We stream every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern Time, and then this is our All Evil campaign of Awesome, and then we have our non-evil campaign Stormfall on Friday night.
Our more of neutral campaign.
Yeah, neutral-ish. We look forward to us coming back and exploring more of these things with everybody here on. Have a great night, everybody. I'll catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.